Proctor. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to talk about your favorite topic, how to make more money but not work as hard. This is truly an important topic because most real estate agents are working far too many hours and they're not making enough money. So, you know what they say, it's better to work smart than work hard. Now, I know all about working hard because that's exactly what I did in the first year or two of my career. Had no idea what I was doing. Did the same thing as you. Got into the business, looked around at what everyone else is doing, and I copied it. And I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked, and I was trading more of my time for money, until I realized there was no more time to give. So I got into real estate because I wanted freedom. I thought I'd have all this flexibility. And then I discovered to be successful at real estate, you have to give up your life to this thing. So, that was not what I signed up for. So I'm going to take you through my journey, what I learned, and how you truly can get what you want, which is having more money and more time, which means more freedom in your life. So if you haven't check in now. Let us know what marketplace you're in. We get lots of referrals here. We don't keep any of the money. We just give them out to you. But the biggest battle real estate agents are fighting is obscurity. So let us know the marketplace, the city, the state that you serve. Check in the comments below. All right, so how do we do this? Is it possible that we can earn a lot more money without giving our life up to it? We know we can make more money by working 7 days a week. Maybe that's happening with you right now, or other real estate agents in your office that have pretty much given up their whole life to real estate. First of all, you don't want to do that. Number two, it's not sustainable anyway. This is why we have an 80% failure rate in real estate. A lot of real estate agents can come into the business and they work really, really hard and they can do the sprint, but they can't do the marathon. Now, as you may know, I was successfully doing this for 25 years. First year, dumb as a pile of rocks, did what you did, looked around at everyone else, worked hard, door knocking, cold calling, prospecting, just me, 7 days a week. I thought the solution was, if you want to do better, you just work harder. That strategy will only take you so far. Year number 3, okay, so 36 months into having my real estate license, I was named the number 1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world, not in the country, in the world, within 36 months. Now remember, I had no sales experience, I had no business experience, I had no marketing experience. So we're going to talk today about how did I do it? What were the lessons I learned? So you can just copy what I did. That's the business I'm in now, is I coach and mentor real estate agents. And basically I show them how to do this and avoid mistakes and do it very, very quickly. Okay, so let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is you might think you have a job and you ain't got a job, you got a business. Now, I'm going to share with you a book I want you guys to read right here. This book, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Okay, see where it says why small businesses, most small businesses don't work and what to do about it? This book changed the way that I thought about my business. In fact, I realized I didn't have a business at all. I had a job, but it wasn't even a good job because I'm working 7 days a week and not making enough money. So I want you guys to all go to Amazon and you can buy the audio version, but get this book and read it. This Michael Gerber guy, it'll feel like this guy is talking to you, like he's following you around. In the book, he said, if your job requires your involvement, like you don't have a job, your business includes your constant involvement, you don't have a business, you have a job. So if you have a job, that means it can't grow very big. It can only grow within your means of doing things. You can't really scale the thing. You can't go on vacation. We know that, right? Every time you try to go on vacation, your business blows up. And you're always stressed out about this thing, right? So what is the solution? Okay, here's the first step. The first step is you have to have, first of all, see that what you have is a job, okay, not a business, okay? The definition of a business is this thing will work without you and you can grow it really big. You can even grow it in multiple locations like some of my members. You have to have an overflow of leads. Now, pay attention to this. You don't run out and hire people first. Okay, that would be a mistake. You have to have the overflow of business. That's what's going to attract agents to come and work with you. Okay, like if you don't have enough to keep you busy, You can't promise other agents, hey, come work with me and I've got this overflow of business and we're going to split up all the money. That would be a lie. It's not true. So I want to talk about this overflow of business, and I want to talk to you about leads. I want to redefine leads. In your mind, leads might be like stuff you buy from Zillow or a realtor, and it's like simply scraped information. You've got their phone number and you've got their email address, but they're not leads. And I'll tell you why they're not leads, because you can't talk to them. You can't reach them on the phone. So I want to redefine leads here today. And the definition of a lead is somebody that you can actually speak to. Preferably, they're calling you. Okay, so if you and I were to work together, the very first thing I would help you with is I would help you make offers, offer buyers and sellers, things that they want so badly that they would call you or they would text you. Okay, so that's a lead. Does everyone agree? Let me know if you agree with that premise that these people these leads you buy, Commission Inc., Boomtown, Realtor, Zillow, wherever you're buying your leads, you can't get them on the phone, right? So how can they really be leads? Plus, when you call them, they don't know what you're talking about, right? It's like they have no idea because the information was scraped information and sold to you and a whole bunch of other real estate agents and lenders. So we have to have leads, real leads, where they're calling us, and so many of these leads that you could not handle all the business. That is when you're going to start to hire people, okay? Now, we're going to talk about how do you know when it's the time to hire people, and we're going to talk about the pecking order to this, because there's an order to this. We'll talk about who to hire first, second, third, and so on, and we'll talk about some of the mistakes I made, okay? So one mistake is you hire people before you need them, and then you're just splitting your income up, right? If you're making $100,000 or $150,000 a year or whatever, and you can handle this business on your own, you don't need a team. Why would you split part of your commission? Just keep doing what you're doing, just like I did. The first year in the business, I don't know, I sucked. I probably sold 15 or 20 houses. The next year I went up to 55, working by myself. I could do 55 transactions and, keep my sanity. But when I hired my first assistant, it was an administrative person. I was able to download all the admin, all the paperwork to my administrative assistant. And that year I went from 55 transactions to 155 transactions. So, I paid her like 30 grand and I made an extra $1 million. So no question, that was good. Plus, I got to delegate all the stuff I don't like. How many of you like doing paperwork? A whole bunch of things that we do not need to be done by us. This is a lesson that I learned in this book, The E-Myth. Gerber said, Michael Gerber, the author, he says, write down what you do all day long, and then to the right of that activity, write down what that's worth per hour. And I realized a whole bunch of things that I'm doing, number one, I wasn't good at. Number two, I could hire other people for less than what I was worth per hour. So let's figure out what you're worth per hour. Let's say you make $100,000 a year, just for round numbers, and you work 50 hours a week. Okay, you take a couple weeks off for vacation, and you work 40 hours a week. So 40 hours a week times 50 weeks in the year, that means that you're trading 2,000 hours of your life every year to make $100,000. So $100,000 divided by $100,000 divided by 2,000 hours to make the 100,000, it means you're worth $50 an hour. But if you're worth $50 an hour, you shouldn't be running around getting keys cut, taking pictures of houses, making feature sheets, broker loading information. This is what I did. I delegated all of the lower dollar activity, so I and you can focus on the higher dollar productive activity, like listing houses, working with buyers, working on our marketing. These are what we call rainmaker activities. Now, I was the first real estate agent to do this. This is way back in the 1980s. I made the team concept really popular. And I've been coaching agents, thousands and thousands of agents for the last 20 years on how to replicate my success. Some of my members are the top agents in the entire country. Some of them make over, you ready for this? They make over $1 million a month. That's right, not a year. They make over $1 million a month in GCI. Now, yes, they have large teams, and you might think, well, that's not fair. They have large teams. Hey, even if you're splitting it 60-40, where they get 60 and the team member gets 40, even if you're giving 40% of it away, if you're making $14, $15, $20 million a year, how many of you would be good with 60% of that? Now, of course, they have other expenses, advertising and marketing, but let's say they even kept 35% of $10 million and you're not working 7 days a week. How many of you would be cool with this? So let me know in the comments, what do you think of this whole team concept? Is this something that would interest you? Like, is this making sense? See, in the beginning, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy this, by the way, please smash the like button. Maybe give me a little heart. It gives me some feedback. It also helps the algorithm because we're going live here. And the more people that interact, add comments, and smash the like button, give me a little heart, that tells Facebook, hey, people are interested in this. And it shows this video to more real estate agents here on Facebook. So appreciate that. But when I began in real estate, I had no ambition to start a team. I mean, I just didn't have any interest in managing people or that type of thing. So I just, like you, I just worked and worked and worked until I couldn't do it anymore. But because I had an overflow of business, I had two choices now. I could either shut off the effective marketing, I could turn it off, which would be kind of a shame, right? To turn off the part that's working, right? And just scale my business back, limit my business, or I had to figure this out. Well, how do I hire and recruit and train? How do I do the orientation? Because you got to train them. If you don't train them properly, your team's not going to work. So you basically are teaching other agents how to do what you know how to do, so you don't have to do it anymore. So I did this for many, many years. Okay, so now we get to around 2010. I've been the number one RE/MAX agent now for several years in a row, selling 500 to 600 homes a year. And in 2010, I was able to move with my family to Florida. So my business is here in Toronto, and it gets cold and snows a lot. And so it was kind of like just a bucket list thing. My business was running pretty much on autopilot. So think about this. My business is running in Toronto, Canada, but I'm living in Sarasota, Florida on an island. I still have the house today. My kids went to school there. My daughter graduated there. And so would you not agree that that's a real definition of a business? Could you imagine that you're living in another country, like completely different city, and your business is still humming along, selling 500 to 600 homes a year? So that was the true testament of the systems that I put in place and the people that I had in place, is that I could go live my life. And this business, my real estate business, was serving my life, right? Would you agree? I'm laying out on the beach. I'm out on my boat. I'm living in Florida. And my business in Toronto for years and years and years is cranking out 500 to 600 home sales. See, this is why real estate agents became really attracted to my message. They're like, this guy's the real deal. Like, he's with RE/MAX, so these aren't made up statistics. Like, RE/MAX sends in auditors, and before they give you a number one award, they want to make sure you're not cheating or whatever. No, I was never a broker owner, right? These were agents that were working on my team, and it was a 2-story office, and I had the second story, and there was about 12 of us, 8 licensed agents and 4 administrative people. So that's an important point too. A lot of people think, well, to sell 500 homes a year, you must have an army of people. No, I did not. I had 8 agents. They were really good, 50, 60 transactions each. They made a lot of money, and they stuck with me for 25 years. So if you're interested in doing this, there's a formula that I want to lay out for you. So the first step for a lot of you is you really have to understand marketing, okay? Even if you have no ambition to grow a big team, which I admit I had no ambition to do it. It just kind of happened because I figured out marketing. I can help you folks with that. Even if you want to stay a solo agent, maybe you want to go from 20 transactions to 40 transactions to 100. Maybe you want to keep it kind of small, but you want to have a better life. If you're tired of cold calling, door knocking, buying these crummy leads that are not leads at all, and you're calling, and you're frustrated because you're literally reaching like 3 or 4 out of 100 prospects, then there is a better way. So we teach you, well, what is it that buyers and sellers really, really want that they can't find on the internet? Okay, and it's not being offered by any other agent. So think about this. Most of what you offer, the buyers and sellers can find it on the internet, right? And that's why they're not excited to talk to you. That's why they're not calling you. I'm sure you're the same, right? If before you buy something, I don't know, maybe it's a car or whatever you're going to buy, or you're going to do a bit of research online. And if you can find the answers online without having to speak to a salesperson, most people would start there. So if your big offer to buyers is, hey, I can, get you set up on the daily updates, the daily emails of all the new listings that are on Zillow, which means the internet. If that's your big offer, buyers today are like, well, I can just go to the internet and sign myself up for that, right? If your big offer to sellers is, oh, I can tell you what the homes in your neighborhood have sold for, I can provide you, a CMA, which they don't even know what that means. That, again, is something the home sellers can find online. So even if you're offering free information on, okay, here's what I need to know about going through a divorce or whatever, they can Google that stuff. So what we teach you is, what do they really want that they can't find online? Right? What is it that we can really offer them that they can't find online by themselves, and it's not being offered by another real estate agent? If you want to find out more about how this works, you can set up a private consultation with my team. If someone could type into the comments below, Proctor Consult, so like consultation, but short form, Proctor Consult, no space.com, proctorconsult.com. You should book a call with us, and we would walk you through what real lead generation looks like. So you can stop buying leads, Zillow, Realtor, Commission Inc. I mean, the amount of money you guys spend on leads that you can't reach is a ridiculous amount. And it's not working, and it's working less and less every year. So we want to teach you what to offer in your marketing so buyers contact you. And I mean they call you. Okay, I'm not talking about, oh, you've got their email address and your phone number and we've captured this information, because you ain't reaching them. And when you call them, they don't want to talk to you and they say, I didn't do that. I'm not interested. I don't know what you're talking about. Think about this. If it's an internet lead that you're buying, okay, and it takes you, let's say, a week to reach them, think about you. If you went online a week ago and you requested or looked at something, and someone called you, if I called you a week later, you might say, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's not that they're lying to you. It took you a week to reach them, and they have no idea what you're talking about anymore. Plus, when you do talk to them, what you're offering them is not something that's so awesome that they're like, oh my God, I want to meet with you, right? That's why they blow you off. It's not a good time. I'm in the middle of dinner. I'm with my kids. I'm driving my car. This is the first part. You don't need a team until you get yourself busy with quality buyers and sellers. I'm talking about buyers and sellers calling you. If you don't know how to do that, don't worry about a team. You're never going to need a team. But if you understand how to do this, you will get yourself so busy that you won't be able to do it yourself. That's when you're going to get the team. Let Craig Proctor coach you up on how to create such an overflow of real buyers and sellers. The definition of a lead is someone calling or texting you. Okay, that's it. Now, I want you to apply that Craig Proctor definition to your business. How many buyers and sellers, no BS, no, I bought the list or they're in my database. No. How many buyers and sellers are calling you wanting to talk about real estate every week? For most of you, it's not much. Guess what? You don't need a team. But we can flip that around. Once I teach you that part, I didn't know what I was doing. I had to learn this. But now that I've learned it, I can teach it to you. Then we start to build it with people, right? You're not going to run out and hire a whole bunch of people. You're going to hire one. The question is who do I hire first? What do they do? Who do I hire second? What do they do? Who do I hire third? Okay, now, if you haven't checked in, by the way, check in the comments and let me know if you love this. Okay, I did it, guys. I have a very proven and public, well-documented track record. None of these other coaches did it. They didn't make millions of dollars selling real estate. They weren't living in Florida where their business was selling 500 or 600 homes in another country. They weren't doing that. This is the real deal. You want to get coached up. How do I grow my business beyond my own capability? It's going to require systems, processes, and the right people. Now, here's a really cool idea. So I'm reading Michael Gerber's book here, and I started thinking this thought. I started thinking, how many homes could I sell if it had nothing to do with Craig Proctor? How many homes could I sell? How many buyers could I work with? How many homes could I list and could I sell if my business had nothing to do with me? There you have it. And this is why I have members working in multiple marketplaces. Some of them are working in 3, 4, 6 different cities. It has nothing to do with them. So if I can do this, you can do this. That's the good news. Nothing special about me, right? Remember, I was in my 20s the very first time I did this. The first time I was named #1 for RE/MAX in the world, I was 29 years old. I was living in my parents' basement. I'd never sold anything in my life, right? Had no marketing experience, no business experience, never had employees or people working for me. If I can do this, you can do this. So it starts off slowly. Starts off with the marketing, okay? What you're doing, I promise you, I shouldn't say this in absolutes, but I can almost guarantee that whatever you're doing for marketing right now is not going to get you to where we're talking about, because you don't have people calling you every single week saying, come and get me, right? What you got is a bunch of leads that you can't reach. And you're getting frustrated. And because everyone else is doing it the way you're doing it, it's easy to fall into the trap of, well, I guess that's just the nature of real estate. Everyone else is doing what I'm doing, and they're all going crazy too, so I guess that's just the way it is. But how do we explain the top agents all over the country? You see other guys like me, right? Most of them are my students, right? You see them. I've got one student, Nathan Clark in Rhode Island, right? Small place, Rhode Island. He sells 400 or 500 homes a year. He's a young guy. You could Google him, okay? Some of the top agents for the franchises all over the country are Craig Proctor, #1 KW agent, top RE/MAX guys. They use the Craig Proctor system. Now, they might not tell you that because that's the secret sauce behind their business. But if you take a look at top real estate agents all over the United States and Canada, most of the top guys with the big teams at some point were trained and coached by me. Now, the good news for you is you can start off with a free call, not a sales call. Here's what we would do. If you found this helpful, by the way, let me know in the comments if you found this extremely helpful, like this explanation and setting it up and, maybe explaining why what you're doing right now is not as effective as it should be. If you found this helpful, make sure you check in. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button. Engage with this, because I want to be able to offer you good step-by-step advice from somebody that's actually done this, so it makes sense. There's so many people trying to sell you absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense, right? Do you want to know why people try to sell you stuff? Because they want to make money and you'll buy their stuff. Okay? Now, the first thing I would want to know, if I was you, is the person who's doing the selling, did they do the doing? Did they make $5-6 million a year selling real estate? Did they sell 400 or 500 homes every year for 20 years? Were they the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world year after year? Did they have a large team? Did they have a large team that truly worked without them, where the person that owned the team lived in a different country, okay, and lived on an island with a boat while this is all going? This is what you want. To some degree, you want to have a real business. Now, the first thing I want all you guys to do, I'm going to say it again, buy the book. Buy the book. You'll know that this is the real deal. If you buy this book and you read this book, you can come back here and you can let Craig Proctor know, thank you very much for recommending the book. This book will speak to you. You'll have an epiphany when you read the book. You're like, oh my God, I get it now. All I'm ever going to have if I keep doing this is a crummy job. What I need is systems. I need a marketing system that produces buyers and sellers calling me every single week saying, come and get me. So much so that you can't even do it all. That's what happened to me. I tried. I was listing like 5 or 6 homes every single day. I didn't want to split the money. I was like, I'm young. I'm in my 20s at this point. I'm 29 years old. The first year I was #1 for Remax. I got a lot more energy than I have today. I wasn't married. I had no kids. My mindset is, I'm going to keep all the money. I'm going to run out there. So it wasn't uncommon for me on a Saturday to list 5 or 6 homes and do the same thing on a Sunday. And I worked and I worked and I traded more of my time for money and more of my time. Great net, by the way, but still depended on me. I could not stop. And then I realized I've created a bit of a monster here. Yeah, the money's good, but this requires Craig working 7 days a week. Now, I sold 155 homes with just me, and I kept all the money. But eventually, I sold over 500 homes, and I was splitting the money. So you guys do the math. What do you think is better? Let me know in the comments. 100% of 155 transactions, or 50% of 500 transactions is like 250. What would be better? But the 500 transactions didn't rely on me. Remember, I'm in Sarasota, Florida, on the island at my house, out on the boat or on the beach. That is duplicatable, right? Laying on the beach and going out of my boat is duplicatable. Back in the old days, Craig working 7 days a week, that is not duplicatable. So you should be on a mission right now to figure out your business so it serves your life. Okay? Right now, you might be serving the business, right? It's like all about your business. Gerber says in his book here, he says, having a business, the only reason we should have a business versus like having a job is the business should do something more for your life than just having a job. And he's right. If your business, your real estate business, doesn't make your life better, you should either fix your business or you should get out of your business and just go get your old job back. It's a good book. You guys got to read the book. Now, book a call with me, okay? It's proctorconsult.com. We'll add it in the comments here again, proctorconsult.com. I know some of you might be like scared about the call because we're going to try to sell you stuff. No, we're not going to try to sell you anything. You are going to want to do this if you get enough information. If I gave you a guarantee that I could help you make multiple times more than what you paid me, if I guaranteed you that in writing, okay, this is from Craig Proctor, and I can't help you within 120 days make multiples of whatever you would pay me, I would give you all your money back. That's how confident this is that this would work for you. Now, the caveat is we need to speak with you first to make sure that you've got what it takes. Okay, so there's no judgment on the Craig Proctor system. This has been around for 25 years. I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach, trainer, guru, and I got a lot of pretenders. I got a lot of past Craig Proctor students, pretender coaches. They don't have my track record. They might exaggerate it. They might make their track record up, but no one's got a more well-documented public track record than Craig Proctor, both as a top agent and a top coach. You Google it and you check it out. Now, the call is free. Here's how this deal would work. We ask you a bunch of questions about where you are right now and what you want to do with your business, right? We can't help you unless we know who you are, a little bit about your business right now, like what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? We're going to ask you, like, what are your goals? And you're going to tell us, well, my goal is this, maybe I'm at 25 transactions now and I want to go to 50. And then we would say, well, how come you're not already at 50? And then you'll begin to tell us all the reasons why you can't reach your goals, right? You have these reasons. If you didn't have reasons, you'd be already at your goal. Then we'll give you free advice, $0. We'll give you some free advice on what to do, what we would do if you were you. Now, at that point, you can decide whether you want to take our free advice and you want to try to do it yourself, or whether you would like us to help you. But we would give you a written guarantee. And the written guarantee works like this. If you work with us and you try this for 120 days, you actually try it, and if it doesn't work for you and you don't make multiples more than what we pay you in writing, we just give you all your money back. So there's really no downside. Start with the free call. Maybe you won't like this. Maybe you'll talk to us and say, you know what, it's not for me, whatever. That's cool. I got more agents coming at me than I can shake a stick at. So go to proctorconsult.com, have a conversation with us. If this interests you, we go to the next step and talk about how we could help you. If not, well, you got a free, great education. But make sure that you check in here and you let me know where you're from. And if you guys would like some more information on what we talked about today, let me know in the comments. I want you to type in free information. Okay, type into the comments now, free information. Maybe I've got some stuff around. Maybe I've got some extra books or something we can send out to you. Something to get you started, because the more you educate yourself on this and the more that you understand the concepts of leverage. I mean, this is really what made me a mega millionaire in the real estate industry, is the concept of leverage. I leverage myself first with marketing. Second, I leverage myself with smart systems. And third, I leverage myself with people. You can do the same thing. Everything that you want to do in real estate, it's already been done by me and thousands of my students. So type in free information. Okay, go to proctorconsult.com. It's a clickable link. You can book your day and your time to set up a conversation with us. And if you thought this was helpful, I appreciate your comments below. If you found this was incredibly helpful, please share this with other real estate agents you know. You can hit the share button, or you can @ them. Maybe share it with your broker owner. Your broker owner wants to help all the agents in your company. So thank you very much for watching this. Thank you. I hope you found this was extremely helpful. I go live a lot, so you can start watching my stuff. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube. Make sure you let us know your comments, and we'll see you all again next time. So thank you very much for watching. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Have yourself a great day. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.